broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, Technology News of the Week, the show for the everyday person, talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. I'm Nathan Mumm, your host and technologist with over 30 years of technology expertise. Our co-host Mike Day is in studio today. He's the award-winning author and our human behavior expert. Now, of course, we're live streaming during our show on 4 of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch.tv, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We encourage you to visit us online at techtimeradio.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/TechTime Radio. We are friends from different backgrounds, but we bring the best technology so possible weekly for our family, friends, and fans to enjoy. We're glad to have Odie, our producer, at the control panel today. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right, today we got a packed show with exciting and intriguing stories. First up, we'll discuss a bold move by Meta that's making waves in the corporate world. Stay tuned to find out what's happening behind the scenes at this tech giant. Next, Jeff Bezos wants your input on something big. With Amazon taking the reins of a beloved franchise, there's a lot at stake. We'll reveal what it is and how you can make your voice heard. And of course, our fan favorite segment, Letters, is back. By reading scamming email letters, we hope to save you or a friend from a few of the current scams that are going on. And in a tale straight out of a movie, we're diving into a quest for a lost treasure worth nearly $800 million. You won't want to miss this incredible detail on this treasure hunt. And are you a Jeep owner? If you are, you're facing a new and unexpected challenge. We'll discuss what's happening with your vehicle and what it means for the future of in-car experiences. And in addition to that, of course, we have our standard features, including Mike's mesmerizing moment, our technology fail of the week, and boy, is that a good one, a possible Nathan Nugget, and of course, our pick of the day, whiskey tasting, to see if our selected whiskey pick gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up at the end of the show. Now, though, it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
All right, story number 1. Meta has approved a bonus plan that it says will motivate its leaders. Let's go to Corinne Westland for more on this story.
Meta approved a plan that could give company executives a bonus of up to 200% of their base salary, as it trims stock awards for most of its other employees, according to a Securities and Exchange Commission filing submitted last week. The move came the same month as Meta's efforts to reduce its workforce by about 4,000 employees. The company said in the filing that the bonus plan would provide variable cash incentives designed to motivate its executive officers to focus on company priorities and to reward them for company results and achievements. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, let's talk about it. So here's what we have for the employees at Meta. What a great place to work. You know what, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, I've never been really a fan of him, but it just keeps on getting a little bit lower, a little bit lower. What happens when it's like a negative percentage of my fan interest for him? Then what happens?
I don't know.
Okay, so here's what we got. Let's say you're an employee there, and you received your stock awards. Are you familiar with stock awards happens? So at Microsoft, I worked at Microsoft.
Sure, yeah.
And they would give you stock every review. And then after 7 years, it was a 7-year vesting, you would get to sell the full amount of your shares. And then at increments, each of those shares were available for you to sell. Well, Meta does the same thing as Microsoft does and as other large companies do. They normally do it on a 4 to 5 year plan. But what they decided to do is they've actually decided to take their value of their annual equity refreshers for their staff and reduce that by 10%
So they're screwing over the employees so they can give their management team a boost? Is that what they're doing?
Well, I'm just saying is what they're doing is they're taking it. So if you had 220 stocks in the refresher, now you're going to be looking over 4 years. Now you're going to be looking at only getting about 200,000 worth of those stock refreshers. The company they did that. They did that already.
Did he sit down and watch Christmas Vacation this year and get an idea? Is that what happened?
Is that what happened? Well, then what he decided to do is Zuckerberg decided to cut about 4,000 jobs. Now he calls these the low performers at the company, and he's streamlining to be more operational efficient and invest heavily on artificial intelligence.
Of course.
But what's interesting is when you actually go out of the norms, you have to actually submit filings to regulatory boards that say that you're doing it. So if you were just going to give bonuses up to 100% of your company executives, you actually probably don't even need to petition and send out that information. You just let it happen internally. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to give their top leaders all the way up to 200% of stock awards so that they can then help drive the direction of the company.
Okay.
So, are you excited about that?
Oh yeah, I'm total. I am so excited when corporations screw over the little guy. That just warms the cockles of my heart.
So, if you're a CEO of a company, shouldn't you already be driving to do the best for the company? So, I don't know.
Well, that's why
I don't mind bonuses.
That's why all these people do it. But the funny thing is that every time what's good for the company is actually putting money in the pockets of all the stockholders and the CEO, and in this case, the C-suite folks.
So as a C-suite member, I got like about a 12% bonus this last year. And I was happy with a 12% bonus. Now that's like right in line of a C-suite individual.
You're not getting 200%.
I know. I got like maybe 12 to 15%. So it wasn't tons, but you know what? It was nice. It was a nice amount, and I really appreciate the range that I got for that. So I'm not going to complain. And you know what? That was pretty good for me. I was actually pretty happy with that. So I worked really hard, and we did a bunch of projects to save.
Would you work harder for 200%?
No, because I work hard all the time.
That's the funny thing, because that's actually kind of true with most people, is that you don't work harder for that stuff. That's
200%.
It's not. It doesn't motivate it.
So let's say you make 100,000, 200%. So you're gonna make 100,000 in a year, and then you're gonna get an additional $200,000 as a bonus. So you're gonna take home $300,000, and I'm sure it's way more than that. That 100,000, I'm sure, is not even a sliver of what the high brass at Meta makes. So I mean, you're okay. All right, let's continue on. I can talk about that all day. Zuckerberg, I mean, maybe they're saving that money for all the money for the inauguration. That
I'm sure. Who cares?
Right. Okay. Here we go. All right. Story number 2.
They just do what they do. Well, imagine driving down the road in your car.
Okay.
And you stop at the intersection.
All right.
And the moment you do, an ad pops up on your screen, on your little dashboard screen that everybody uses these days.
Okay.
Covering your GPS and forcing you to close it and open it again. And then when you stop again, it happens again.
So every time you stop.
So you have pop-up ads every time you stop your car.
Oh, I would be irate.
Yeah, well, Jeep owners are recently having the same problem. A number of Jeep owners have been complaining about excessive pop-up ads coming up on their dashboard screens.
Okay.
All the ads are reportedly from Jeep and are asking people if they want to extend their car warranties, which, is always a great ad for, whatever.
So it's an upsell ad too.
It is an upsell ad.
So it's not even the standard
ad. The ad says purchase peace of mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So FlexCare extended car premium plans are factory backed and offer you peace of mind in case of a mechanical breakdown.
So is it thinking because you're stopping, you're having a mechanical breakdown?
I guess. Maybe press the call button to speak to a specialist. Odometer must be less than 36,000 miles to purchase.
Okay.
At this point, the users can hit a OK button or a big X in the top right corner to remove the ad and actually see their dashboard monitor again. However, people have claimed that the ad appears again and again and again and again.
So anytime
Every
you
time
go on
they
the break,
stop. Every time they stop.
Okay, so what happens then if I don't want to have an ad pop up and I just decide to blow through a stop sign? Is that okay because I just am trying to not see my ads? What do you tell the cop that?
Yeah,
the cop pulls you over.
There you go.
The cop pulls over.
That's a very good adaptive behavior there.
Okay.
Let's just stop. Let's just not stop the car.
There you go.
So this is an in-vehicle message designed to inform Jeep customers about Mopar extended vehicle. I really just drives me up a wall that you can't get away from ads no matter what.
Or buying a car and having features built into it, but unless you pay more money, it doesn't unlock it.
Like
a Lexus, heated seats.
Yeah, heated seats, but you have to do a streaming service type
monthly deal,
monthly thing,
so
you can get your add-ons. So yeah, this of course this has been called a temporary software glitch.
Okay.
Which affected the ability to instantly opt out of a few isolated cases, though instant opt-out is the standard for all our in-vehicle messages, said Jeep. Our team has already identified and corrected the error, and we are following up directly with the customer to ensure the matter is fully resolved. The irony of a software bug trying to sell you a warranty in case your Jeep stops working properly is kind of overshadowed by the fact that they're doing it and distracting you from your driving.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What happens if you are a distracted driver? Well, you get ads coming on. I mean, this has to be a lot. There's got to be some lawyer waiting to grab this immediately.
I'm sure there are
right?
people. I'm sure there are people that are already moving stuff like this through a court system.
Okay. All right.
But I just think it's awesome that no matter what we do in today's modern technologically advanced society, is we can't get away from ads. They pop up on every single thing that we have.
I got a Mike's mesmerizing question for you now. I know what I'm going to ask you already now. Thank you for that.
Well,
there you go.
I'm going to go and get in my car and
and get your ads taken care of.
See if I can find my pop-up ads.
It's the only ad I actually still like nowadays is the YouTube ad where it plays now like 3 seconds of what you have. Then it's about 10 seconds and you can skip it because you can skip it after that 10 seconds. When you're
Yeah, but that's crap too, because then you have to, you can't just leave things alone. Right, you have to manually pick up your thing, and you have to manually press the skip button.
Otherwise, you do.
So you have to. It forces you to manually interact with whatever it is you're doing. So, I think that feature is the worst.
Oh, you do. All right, Odie, this is going to be for you. So get ready to turn on your camera. I got a question for you. Ready? Story number 3. Who should play the next James Bond? Jeff Bezos wants you to chime in. Amazon is taking over creative control of the James Bond franchise.
Great.
Jeff Bezos wants your thought on who should play the next 007. Jeff Bezos, the billionaire Amazon founder, may have a big say in who gets cast in one of the film's most iconic roles, James Bond. And fans have the opportunity to champion their favorite actor and try to capture Bezos' attention.
You know who it's going to be?
Who's it going to be?
Bezos. Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Yep.
Bezos kicked off a flurry of activity among Bond fans by posting a simple question to social media last week. Who'd you pick as the next James Bond? With a question mark. Bezos included a screenshot of the Reuters article highlighting the news that the Bond franchise longtime producer has handed over creative control of the action films to the company Amazon. All right, before I continue on and read this, Odie, I'm going to ask you a couple questions here. Are you a big James Bond fan?
No.
You're not a big James Bond fan?
I'm really not.
Okay. All right. Are you,
I don't think I've even seen a movie the whole way through.
Okay.
Original, new, don't matter.
Doesn't make any difference?
No. You know who I have seen?
What?
Oh my gosh. It's Johnny English, I think.
Yeah?
I love him.
Oh, you like Johnny English?
Yeah, but not.
So should Bezos buy that? Do you realize Amazon now controls the Lord of the Rings and the James Bond franchise?
Well, yeah.
So
if
like you're
Disney,
that rich,
Disney bought everything, so Jeff is getting the crumbs.
So he's buying whatever's
I don't
left.
know why Jeff needs to have all this stuff, but hey,
Out of boredom, man.
I
don't know. We got
What's that?
We got Elon launching cars into space.
Yeah.
Jeff is, buying up Lord of the Rings and James Bond. Disney owns
Everything.
everything. And Mark Zuckerberg is taking all his money away from
everybody else.
From everybody else.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's.
Yes.
All right. So let me ask
It's
you
awesome. The billionaire. Never mind.
The leading candidate to be in James Bond out there amongst the fans is Henry Cavill. Do you know who Henry Cavill is?
Yes, he's the Superman.
Yes. Do you like him as an actor?
I've never seen him.
Do you know
act
he's
in
actually
anything.
British? So
Oh,
this would
okay.
be a rarity to actually hire a British individual. Roger Moore wasn't British. You had Daniel Craig, which is Australian. So you haven't had any British person.
Yeah, but Daniel Craig is British.
Sean Connery was
adjacent.
not British either. So
He's Scottish.
He was Scottish, but they haven't had a British person play any of the British agents. This would be the chance.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, yes. I was doing my research in there. That's what it said.
What about that one that was only Bond for like 2 films? There was Dalton.
There's Dalton in. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe one of those was British, but I'm just saying the main people that I know: Sean Connery, Roger Moore, all those.
Just all the ones that you think are important.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
All right. But you know what? Bezos wants your feedback. So if you go on to social media now, you can tell him who you want to play that role. Remember, never say never, because complete control is at Bezos' decision.
Okay, so I'd either want it to be Jonathan Bailey
Okay.
from Bridgerton. He's
Okay.
also going to be the new, he's like the new scientist on the Jurassic Park movies.
Okay.
So I love him.
All right.
And then Nikuti or Shuri Gatwa.
Who's that?
He's one of the Ken dolls from the Barbie movie.
Okay.
Hilarious. And he's the new Doctor Who.
Okay.
So-
Okay. So those are the two you want.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You just need to get on
They
there.
should have one of the guys from Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can get online and you can
Who do
tell
you
Jeff
want?
Bezos. I would probably go. I'm a big Cavill fan, so I would probably go with Cavill. If you're gonna do it, get a British person in there. Have it. You know what? He could play
For the
he
one
could-
time.
Yeah. I mean, I think he could play perfect.
It's funny that you keep getting caught on this whole British thing.
Mark wants Elba.
Idris
Elba.
Elba would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So did Gwen when we were talking about it at the production meeting. They're both kind of going that way. That would actually be okay. I could actually see that.
Mm,
All right. Okay. Continuing on.
okay.
Aren't we excited that Bezos now controls the James Bond?
No.
All right. Story number 4.
Just leave things alone.
Buried deep in a Welsh landfill, beneath layers of garbage, there's a hard drive that holds the key to almost $800 million in Bitcoin, or so James Howe believes.
Is it
After-
Howell the Third?
Well, it could be Hal the Third or the Fourth, after accidentally throwing the drive away in 2013. And now, after years of battling local authorities in court to retrieve the hard drive, Hal has come up with a plan to simply buy the landfill.
Well, yeah. This is.
So we'll read the story, and then I'm going to be.
I feel like there's some accountability here. That if you threw away the hard drive, just let it go, dude.
I'm considering purchasing the landfill site, he said. Funding secured, he wrote Thursday on X, said that he didn't say who was providing the funding, though. Hal has tried almost everything to access his Docksways landfill in Newport, a city 12 miles northeast of the Welsh capital, Cardiff,
Okay,
according
this is
to
in
the
the
Newport
UK?
city. What's that?
This is in the UK.
Yep. More than $700 million has been spent in the council for permission to dig up the site. His latest plan, though, comes after the British High Court judge stopped his case from going to trial, issuing a judgment in January that dismissed his attempt to force the council to allow him to search the landfill. Howes accidentally threw out a crucial hard drive in August of 2013, which would have been an IDE drive, when he was clearing out his house, thinking that it was a blank drive that contained no data. He put it in a trash bag and he left it in the hallway for his then partner to take to the garbage dump before he realized, as the value of Bitcoin rose, that what he had disposed is gone. Since the value of Bitcoin, Hal says it is loaded into the hard drive, has skyrocketed from around 9 million to almost 800 million as prices of cryptocurrencies have soared in recent years. Every Bitcoin transaction requires a private key, a secret piece of data contained within each individual Bitcoin wallet that mathematically proves the transaction has come from that wallet. Now, Hal's hard drive contained a record of that private key, according to what he says. The position is no different in principle of what he's trying to do now. It would be the same as if this private key was written on a piece of paper and put into the landfill. Why is it any different that it's a hard drive? Without knowing the private key, of course, the access to his Bitcoin that he's mined all these years is gone. Now, it's interesting, though, is that they're planning to close the landfill in 2025 and 2026. The council has told Mr. Howell on a number of occasions that excavation is not possible under licensing permitting. So even if he bought it, he could not go and take a look at that drive.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what's going to happen if he actually buys it.
What's that?
He's going to be sanctioned again and not able
to find. Okay, so this is an IDE drive. This is an IDE drive. The chances, I don't think there's a single bit of chance that you're going to be able to recover this hard drive. If it was thrown in a bag, thrown into landfills, stuff has come on top of it, crushed it, moved it around. They have big machines that normally go over landfills to compact the items that are there. I don't know why he thinks he would be able to find that hard drive. I just don't.
This is his white whale, man.
But somehow his claim to fame is that he had a hard drive that had all this stuff.
That's a that's a horrible, thought. This is like the plot of a one of those movies that we used to watch on Monday night movies.
Oh, Monday night movies. Okay. The movie of the week.
Movie of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, guy throws away $800 million and doesn't realize it until it's too late.
And then he can't get it back. Unsolved mysteries.
Unsolved.
There you go. I think he's getting more press than what this is worth. But there you go. That ends our top technology stories of the week. Moving on, we have our later in the show, we have our letter segment, which will be next. We're going to listen to a bunch of emails we're going to read out loud. And we even have an audio from one that I actually called the number that was on there because they had something special for me. We're going to take a look at that. Buckle up, tech enthusiasts, as we're going to drive 88 miles into our next segment. See you after the commercial break.
Looking for custom glass solutions for your next commercial project? Hartung Glass Industries is your trusted partner in custom glass fabrication. For over 100 years, Hartung has delivered proven manufacturing expertise, comprehensive product offerings, and dependable service and quality. From energy-efficient facades to custom shower doors, we create glass solutions tailored to your project needs. With 8 facilities across the U.S. and Canada, we combine national expertise with a local touch-ensuring faster service and unparalleled customer care. Hartung Glass Industries, where quality meets innovation. Visit hartungglass.com to learn more.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Well, welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Our weekly show covers the top technology subjects without any political agenda. We verify the facts, and we do it in a sense of 60 minutes or less. And, of course, with some humor and whiskey on the side. Today, Mark Gregoire, a whiskey connoisseur, is back, and he has the whiskey to talk about. And I'm really excited because last week's show, if you paid attention, I gave whiskey one of my favorite whiskeys to your whiskey group. So I can't wait to hear how that went.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that in the mumble.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited. So
I don't have good feelings about it.
You don't?
No.
I think they're going to love it.
Why not, Mike? It was your number one whiskey.
It was our number one whiskey year one. The Mo whiskey.
Okay.
You remember that?
No.
Okay, well, all right. We'll see.
This is the one that was made in the bathtub, right?
Yes, made in the bathtub.
Well, let's talk about today's whiskey.
Okay, what's today?
Well, number one, congratulations, guys. You did a bottle kill.
Oh, that's fantastic. That was before the show started.
Yeah.
So if we say anything that we slumber too much through, sorry about that, people. Okay.
And today we are drinking Brown Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Now, from Brown's website, the aroma is sweet and caramel notes with hints of butterscotch and simple syrup complemented by traditional wood oak. The taste is light and sweet on the palate with a smooth finish that hits and runs.
Kind of hits and run. I like the hit and run.
Now, this is from Brown Family Spirits, and their distillery is in Spokane, Washington. They're straight bourbon. It's 2 years. It's 90 proof, 82% corn, 10% malted barley, 8% rye. It goes for about $45.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm liking the price. I'm liking the cork. I see the cork, right? That's a nice cork.
Those are your biggest things.
The bottle looks nice.
But how does it taste?
It's pretty. There's no bite at all. It's very smooth. What do you think, Mike?
It has a lot of sweet overtones. So,
are you a big sweet? Not.
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm strong on it. There is no bite.
All right. Well, we'll see how it develops over the show.
Okay, that sounds great.
Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please comment. Let us know what whiskey you'd like us to review. And after doing a bottle kill, always drink responsibly. Heaven can wait.
All right, heaven can wait. I like that. Okay, well, nothing better than starting off a technology show with some whiskey. As we move on to this, we are now moving on to our main segment. Today, we bring back the funny yet informative reading of emails that I received during the week. This includes scam, phishing emails, and all-out mistruths disguised as legitimate emails in a segment we call Letters.
Letters, we get letters. We get stacks of letters. Oh, letters, we get letters. And the letters all have songs.
All right, so we're going to start out with Odie first, and then we'll come to me last, and we'll see if we go around for a second round or not. But I know that she has a pretty extensive email that was sent here. It looks pretty legit. Odie, what do we have coming on up?
This doesn't look legit at all.
Oh, it doesn't?
So it's from Coinbase Help Desk.
Oh, okay.
No reply, event.eventbrite.com.
Whoa. At where?
No reply at event.eventbrite.com.
So Coinbase
Coinbase Help
is
Desk is using Eventbrite.
Eventbrite, which is a free online service.
Which that in itself, if I would have read that, delete.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know.
that's probably a first sign. Okay, perfect.
Says account verification required in the subject line.
Okay.
This was sent to you by Coinbase support team. Your account cannot be accessed, and there's space between the word accessed,
Okay.
like inside the word, and then in the body of the email,
Yeah.
a bunch of typos. We've noticed a login attempt to your account from an unfamiliar web browser linked to an external app. All of that with weird spacing throughout.
Weird spacing and typos.
Yeah.
In today's AI world that we talk about so much, you can put that probably in ChatGPT or even DeepSeek, as long as you don't talk about China. And it would have probably auto-corrected the words themselves. So the words are incorrect.
But yeah, so there's a big button that says quick fix, and then also an ending with important notice if no action is taken in the next 48 hours. To initiate any automatic recovery process. This could include liquidating your holdings in accordance with our terms and conditions.
Oh, no. So it's
Again,
yeah,
all
urgency.
typos and I can't even read it.
And urgency. Now, where's that coming from? Go to the second page there that you have there. Where's that coming from? Now, we all know Coinbase is based out of the LA area in itself.
It says that it's from London, United Kingdom.
London, United Kingdom. Oh, it's the new Coinbase.
It's Mr. Howell looking for his $800 million in Bitcoin.
Okay, so Coinbase the company is only based in the San Francisco area, LA area. So that should be one known if you do any of this stuff. So that'd probably be a warning. Misspellings are a warning. What happens when you think you actually click on that link that says you have to click here?
It starts asking for a bunch of information.
It did. It went to so not only did they use Eventbrite to send this out, but they used Google Forms to collect your data. So they are like multi-talented to all the free stuff that's available there. So they had Google Forms, they had Eventbrite, and nothing that had to do with Coinbase. So what would you do with that email, Odie?
I'd delete it.
Delete it. Get rid of it.
Let me.
All right. Are you gonna put? Oh, there you go. Add to stage.
Email.
Oh, there you go. If you're streaming right now, if you look online, you can see all of our stuff with all of the emails misspelled. Yeah, that
It looks horrible.
accessed space D, ACCESE space D. Yeah, that looks horrible. Don't click on those people. Don't. Those are scams.
Quick fix.
All right. Mark, we're going to you next. What do we have here? You have a couple because we may get a second round. So what do you have?
I'm going with this one. This one is a throwback.
It says throwback. Okay.
I love it. It is so in your face.
Yeah.
That they just went old school.
Okay, what old school?
It's from Mr. Daniel.
All right.
He says, "Hey, you won 100,000 American United States dollars.
Oh.
And we want to give it to you directly to your bank with your login PIN. So please send us your account number, your mobile number, your address, your driver's license, your mother's maiden name, and everything else in the world.
Okay.
And we'll just take care of it for you.
Wow.
And please send it to this generic email address.
Wow,
Oh,
they're
really?
covering all their bases.
He doesn't pussyfoot around. Man. He's just like, hey,
Well, he just decides to go full board of what he wanted.
I think this was a scammer that got the rule book. It says this is all the information you try and get out of somebody. He's like, well, let me just throw it all out there.
So that is old school way, right?
Yeah.
No tricks. He's just going to go
No,
right
that's
for
right.
it.
He didn't. Well, it's not even old school. He didn't talk about princes in Nigeria or anything. He
I
just
know.
like,
I do
hey,
miss that.
Hey, you want a bunch of money? If you want it, give me your information on.
So what would you do with an email like this, Mark?
Besides read it on the show,
Besides reading it on the show.
I think this would automatically go into the spam folder.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
I think I'd laugh first.
Yeah.
But and hopefully nobody falls for this anymore. This is one that I hope nobody falls for anymore. My other one is much more complex.
It is. It is.
I see that Mr. Daniel doesn't even have an email address listed. Is that
Up there, yeah, but down here he tells you to send it to like PJ0 and a bunch of numbers at Gmail.
At Gmail.
wow?
At a free account. With a free.
Yeah, he hit it up above in the front,
Yeah,
so you wouldn't
yeah,
know.
you got a hidden. How do you do that?
So he probably did a blind carbon copy was how it was sent out probably. So
Okay.
that it wasn't there.
Very good, Mr. Daniel.
All right. Okay. Now, Mike, we're up to you.
Well, we got one from Endurance Auto Protection at info.ed3tz6wl at nacchd.com.
Ooh, I want to communicate with them.
I feel like the Mr. Daniel's got some learnings to do.
He does. Okay.
It's to your Hotmail account.
Okay.
And the subject line is $300 off promo. Save on your new Endurance Auto Protection policy.
Okay.
Save $300 on Endurance Auto Protection. Tired of unexpected car repair costs? We've got you covered.
Okay.
This sounds like a pop-up ad on a Jeep.
I was going to say, you got both of the, you got all the car stuff
For a
coming your way.
limited, that's right. For a limited time, save $300 on. Well, they've told you 3 times that you can save $300, so they've been reading some books or something.
Oh, yeah. And then you also get a complimentary $29 non-refundable application fee.
Look at that. First year complimentary.
Yes. So they give that to you too. So so what this is this is a legitimate scam. What they're looking for is to grab information.
What do you
for
mean it's a legitimate scam?
I mean, these are out in the wild everywhere. This is not like they're not trying to actually necessarily get you to buy their insurance. They just want you to fill out a form, tell them what insurance policy you have, what your current insurance policy number is, so that they can build a data based upon you as the person that responds to this, so they can then resell that information as an updated profile of Mr. Gourdet or Mr. Mumm or whoever decided to click on it. They do not actually even have a endurance auto protection policy. That is not even their goal, to sell you anything. Their goal is just to collect data.
They're just
from
trying
you.
to get information to sell to brokers.
Yep, this is just a broker.
Well, look at that.
All right, well, I got Odie. You got this audio ready for this? All right, I got something from Discount Mugs. That
You have
email.
audio.
I do. I actually called up this one so we could actually take a look. This is Discount Mugs. They say they have deals going on for everything that you can believe on. $75 off, $135 off, $200 off, anything you need at Discount Mugs. It's not the actual Discount Mugs site, but anything you need. And so I decided to actually call up the number and see what type of discounts they have for me. Let's take a look at what they have.
Press 1 now to continue this call in English.
Para continuar en español.
Hello, and thank you for calling. To help us better service your needs, please listen closely to the following special offers available to you. Are you looking for affordable TV or internet at the lowest prices with no annual contracts? Press 1 to get the best packages available for you and your family. Looking to book your next dream vacation or trip? Press 2 for cheap flights, airline tickets, and airfare deals. Would you like to book a beautiful hotel room at a fraction of the normal price? Press 3 to get a great deal on your next hotel reservation. For all other calls, press pound.
All right.
So did you press pound?
I did not. So here's what we got. So this is like the Discount Mugs. They have like everything on sale. So I could get internet that was on sale for me. I could have got a flight that was available for me and vacations that were all available for me. Now, when you pressed any of the buttons, it went into just a beep, and I guess you're supposed to leave your name and message, and they'll call you back. So I was a little disappointed because the discount mug said that I could get promotional mugs, and I can only get internet service, trips, and hotel and vacation package. So I couldn't even get my mugs they promised me I could get on my ad.
That's terribly disappointing.
It is a little disappointing. But this, we're going to start adding this. We've added some new technology where I'm actually going to start calling these people up. I had one with Coinbase, fake person, but I had the guy start swearing at me. So I enjoy calling these, and I'm now going to start recording these so we can have a little added audio feature for letters. All right.
Okay. If you want, I can swear at you too if it makes you feel good.
It doesn't make me feel better. Okay.
We swear at them all the time. It doesn't do
all right.
It doesn't change anything.
So that was it. So let's go back to Mark. Let's have you finish out with your last one here.
All right. Well, this one is one of the only ones in the many, many years we've been doing it. Just looking at it, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Oh, I know. It actually is really good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
This is really for probably somebody that's as part of a company. So it says, hurry, time's running out. Achieve that sales growth for your MSP. So it's really targeted towards a particular market. It's showing a workshop. You pay $9.95 for the workshop. It's a 4-part workshop. They say who the speakers are with their pictures, what the agenda is. I mean, it looks like a legitimate business email.
It is. All right. So you click on this and you can actually sign up to get their leadership training on how to be really good on MSP. Now, if you pay the $995, they send you links to watch this great information. Guess where this video is hosted?
China?
Well, no, it's not in China. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
If you actually, and you would think, well, okay, so maybe it's this private video for this YouTube type of deal. So I'm paying $995. It would be like this special type of seminar that I'd learn a lot of stuff from. Guess what happens? That YouTube URL is public.
Oh, so these are all free videos you can find anyway.
So these are free videos that you have access to from all these individuals.
But it says it's going to be live.
Well, no, it's going to be live. So it's going to be a re-recorded video that they'll send you the links, and they can have it so you can do question and answers with them live on their event. And if you're one of the people in there, they will answer the questions. It's already pre-done. So they already have people ask them questions, and they send you they send you a YouTube video to watch that is not hidden, not behind the background, not some secret sauce that anybody can click to at any time. So you end up paying $995. They send you to the links to these people. I don't even know if the people that are on there know that their links are being sold out there for $995 because I believe that each of those individuals just had those posted for free up there. But somebody went through, decided to find some free videos on YouTube, send a marketing email out, charge you $995 so they can give you the free links.
So is this a scam or is this just a smart business this guy's put together?
It's kind of, I guess it kind of borderlines on both, right?
I guess the real question is how do you know? Did you pay $995 to find this out?
So I did not. I actually went to Reddit. So this is a discussion that was all over Reddit, and somebody actually did it, and they posted all the information that was there. I did have the actual email that was sent to me also, so it was kind of a Reddit discussion, and I find Reddit to be a really good, if you're looking for comedy versions of people that are technical talking about these type of things. The MSP market, which is the managed service provider market, is being scammed all over for small businesses right now. And so this is happening all over, and people are paying $900 to save a buck because they didn't want to go to this event.
Okay.
And then they get it.
So normally, in order to figure out whether or not we are dealing with a phishing email or something, we're looking at a few key features. We're looking at the email that it comes from. We're looking at the grammatical errors. We're looking at content. How do you figure out that this is a scam when all that stuff looks legit?
So it is legit. It's a business idea that somebody's going and selling for $995. So it could be Nathan Mumm's corporation, and you pay me $995, and I'm going to go out and find 2 people on YouTube that I enjoy listening to. And after you pay me $995, I'm going to send you the links of them and say, here you go. Here's the seminars.
Okay. So it's not really a scam.
Well, is it though? Why, if I can get those for free, why am I paying $995 for Nathan's company to tell you what those are?
We would call that A valuable marketing technique.
So, okay, that's what like Mark said. So, I mean, it looks legit. These people are legit speakers. Everything in there is legit. The idea is that I shouldn't be paying $900 to get links that I can find them for free on.
Well, that's the question. How do you figure out whether or not that's a scam or not? I mean,
the way that you figure it out is that somebody ended up paying $995. They got the links and then they looked at it.
To answer your question, Mike, more directly, I think before you invest in anything, even if it looks good, you got to do a little due diligence. Like what Nathan did, you do a little search on the internet,
go on Reddit and look for it.
Yeah. Or just I just did a Google search based on it, and it came right on up. So you could easily have found it too.
All right. So you listen to that, folks.
What is that? What is the takeaway?
You got to take your extra steps.
You gotta do some due diligence when you find something that you might want to invest in.
That's right. All right, you know what? Let's now move on to Mike's mesmerizing moment. Welcome to Mike's mesmerizing moment. What does Mike have to say today? All right, Mike, here's my question for you. We've moved to streaming platforms, right? And the best part about a streaming platform is it had no ads. You could just watch the TV shows in the movies without any interruption. Now, though, each time I go on my streaming services, I have to watch a minute, 2 minutes, sometimes even up to 3.5 minutes of ads. Why are we accepting that these platforms that we pay for that used to not have ads now have ads and we watch them?
Learned helplessness.
All right, well, explain that to me. What is, for the listeners, what is learned helplessness?
We're there's just no getting away from them, so we just accept that we can't do it.
Okay.
It's learned helplessness, and you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you just stop trying.
We just stop trying.
Yeah.
So, do you pay for it?
If you want a little bit of a deeper thing in there, so what happens is kind of like drug dealing. I'm going to give you a free sample. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to come back, and then as you come back, I'm going to start cutting things into that stuff.
Yeah.
So that you're not getting as high, but I'm making more money off of you.
Okay.
You need to get the plus version of the drugs.
That's right.
Yeah.
The
So,
plus.
and then I'm going to upsell you by using a pop-up ad in your Jeep, and upsell you on the plus.
On the plus.
And then I'm going to, at some point, I'm going to add things into that. And then I'm going to have you upgrade to the premium plus and the premium plus and the plus premium plus.
Okay.
Because the bottom line is that what happens is as we get used to that, and human beings don't like change.
Yeah.
So this becomes this balance point between pain and pleasure, where the addition of the ads irritates us, but because we have investment in the streaming service, we don't fight it. And then at some point we may get irritated enough, and what they want to do is irritate you enough to buy into their
higher plans.
Their up plan, where they tell you they don't have. But look how much of a lie it is.
Yeah.
Because they do this all the time, where they say, okay, well, you come see our service, we don't have ads. And then they put the ads in. Oh, now you can get a premium plus service where you don't have ads. They're just going to, keep doing this because at the end of the day, they're going to create enough pain in your system that you're going to do it out of frustration.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike. This is brought to you by Geek Fest West.
Are you serious?
All right. So now
you should be a pop-up ad.
There you go. Thanks for that mesmerizing moment here. We are going to head out to a commercial break. When we come back, though, we have This Week in Technology.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? We need people to start liking our social media pages.
If you like our show, if you really like us, we could use your support on Patreon.com.
Or is it Patreon? I think it's Patreon.
Okay, Patreon. If you really like us, you can.
And you say I'm the English guy?
Patreon.com.
I butcher the English language?
You butcher the English language.
Okay, so it's
all the time.
It's Patreon.com.
Patreon.com. If you really like our show, you can subscribe to Patreon.com and help us out.
Oh, and you can visit us on that Facebook platform. You know, the one that Zuckerberg owns?
The one that we always bag on?
Yeah, you can. We're on Facebook too.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Do you know what our Facebook page is?
TechTime Radio.
At TechTime Radio.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a trend here.
It seems to be that there's a trend, and that's TechTime Radio.
Or you can even Instagram with us.
And That's at TechTime Radio.
That's at TechTime Radio. Or you can find us on TikTok.
And it's TechTime Radio.
It's at TechTime Radio.
Like and subscribe to our social
Like
media.
us today. We need you to like us.
Like us and subscribe. That's it?
That's it. That's that simple.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right, on our way back machine, we're going to February 29th, a leap year, 2012. The Tokyo Skytree is completed. Construction of the Tokyo Skytree broadcast tower, delayed 2 months due to the 2011 Japan earthquake and the tsunami, was completed on leap day of February 29th, 2012. The Tokyo Skytree is the tallest structure in Japan and the world's largest tower. Now, you know what's interesting is I actually saw this up front when I did our trip to Japan this last year. Not impressive. Just tell you, all it is a commercial tower that sits there. It looks like T-Mobile and AT&T and Verizon all got together and put 500 different antennas on this thing so we can shoot it across the area. I guess it works really good for a communication tower, but yeah.
What does impress you?
Well, the Space Needle, I think, is pretty cool, right? I think that's a unique landmark. That was a part of the. There's a lot of other large buildings.
Are you talking about Seattle? Seattle Space Needle?
Okay, yeah. So take the Seattle Space Needle, okay, and think about putting like 135 antennas on it, all over the thing. Not even on the top of it, but all over the side.
Never mind.
Just
move on.
That was This Week in Technology. If you ever wanted to watch some tech time history with over 230 plus weekly broadcasts spanning our 4+ years of video, podcasts, and blog information, visit us online at techtimeradio.com to watch our older shows and to get all the updates on our whiskey picks, thumbs ups or thumbs down. We're going to take a commercial break, but when we return, we have our Mark Mumble Whiskey Review. See you after the break.
Hello, my name is Arthur, and my life's work is connecting people with coffee. Story Coffee is a small batch specialty coffee company that uses technology to connect people to each product resource, which allows farmers to unlock their economic freedom. Try our Medium Roast Founder Series coffee, which is an exotic bourbon variety that is smooth, fresh, and elegant at storycoffee.com. That's STORI coffee.com. Today you can get your first bag free when you subscribe at storycoffee.com with code TechTime. That's STORI coffee.com.
The segment we've been waiting all week for, Mark's Whiskey Mumble.
Bam! February 25th.
Yes.
Today, I'll give you a hint what today is.
Okay.
It reminds me of you.
Oh, it can't be World's Sexiest Person Day.
Oh no, it's World Awkward Day. Thanks.
Oh, okay. All right. What is today?
National Chocolate Covered Nut Day.
Oh.
You're a nut, but you're sweet on the outside.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I even brought to celebrate.
See, it should be National Awkward
Some
Day.
nuts.
Oh, look at
With
that.
chocolate.
Oh, look at that.
Goes
Mark?
well with the whiskey.
Nothing's better than sharing nuts with you.
Yeah. Where's that sound effect?
Oh,
I'm frozen.
oh, your nuts are a little salty. But you know what?
One of the best
Boy, you're
Saturday
just
Night
really
Live
going
skits.
on.
You know what? Nothing's better than the crunch. All at once. It's just boom right there.
Well, let's talk about the day.
Okay.
Did you know that it's been almost 100 years since the first chocolate-covered peanut was sold? So chocolate is something we all love, and one of the ways to make it even better is to add something else that we all adore, nuts. National Chocolate Covered Nut Day is dedicated to the pleasing combination of chocolate with nuts like peanut, almond, cashews, and hazelnuts that celebrate these tasty treats enjoyed by people of all ages.
It's a little chewy. A little sticky, too.
There's so much I want to say right now, and I'm not going to.
What's that?
Okay. Well, while you guys enjoy your nuts covered with brown chocolate, our whiskey today is from Brown.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I get the tie-in.
All right, thank you. Brown Family Vineyards was founded by noted wine entrepreneur Andrew Brown as a tribute to his family and honor his late grandfather, mentor, veteran, and community stalwart, William Bittner Brown. Andrew has stated, "Everything I do is dedicated to my grandfather, who is the inspiration for my life. My grandfather's legacy inspired one simple question I ask daily. What would Bittner do? Make great wines, practice empathy, strive for excellence, and leave the world in a better place." So I don't know if you ever had their wine. They are a fairly famous winemaker. They have, especially in the, they're out of Spokane.
Mm-hmm.
They have tasting rooms throughout Washington, and their wine is thrown throughout the United States. Now, the question is, he's starting to make whiskey. What do I think of his whiskey?
Okay.
That's what everybody's wondering. I think after tasting the whiskey, Andrew's whiskey is not at the same level as his wines.
Okay.
This whiskey tastes young and grainy. It does have a nice sweetness, so it'd work in a cocktail. I'm hoping if they stick with it, letting their whiskey age another 8 to 12 years, they might have a decent product. What would Bittner do now? He'd probably buy a different whiskey.
Okay. All right. I got a little bit of the nuts stuck in the back of my teeth.
I don't think we need to know about your nuts anymore,
All
buddy.
right. Well, you know what? Nothing is such a good pairing in technology and whiskey and nuts as is cheese and wine. Perfect pairings. Look at that. We put it together and we didn't even know.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, let's prepare for our technology fail of the week by Elite Executive Services.
We are out of time. Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh. I failed, did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
All right. So this technology fail is both a technology fail and actual responsibility of making sure Mike is just diving into Mark's balls here. I can't, or nuts here. Sorry. I can't, there you go. All right. So here's what we got going on. The aspect you need to make sure is you should never send a drunk text, right? If you're drinking and driving,
be careful how you use technology,
be
whether
careful.
driving a car or working on your phone.
Working on your phone. That's what we got. A man's promising first date went south when he received a drunken text message exposing his date's true feeling about him, leading to a swift response that has commentators cheering. The original poster explained on Reddit that he had met a woman through Match.com after swapping messages for several days. They decided they were in positive chats and they decided to meet for dinner at a nice restaurant. Things took a turn when the woman who had been drinking heavily through the meal excused herself to the restroom. Moments later, he received a text that was clearly meant for somebody else. This date is rubbish. He's brutally ugly, and I'm not having fun. Can you call me in about 5 minutes, and I'll pretend there's an emergency? The woman evidently did not know that while she was intoxicated, she had mistakenly sent her escape plan directly to the man she was having dinner with. Rather than confronting her, the man acted without hesitation.
So it wasn't crushing? He didn't sit there and cry?
He did not. No, he beckoned the waiter to come on over as he pulled on his coat and told her, my wife has gone to the bathroom and I have received an emergency call from work that I have to deal with. She has the credit card and she'll square up the bill. He then walked out and didn't look back. As the Reddit thread has since attracted over 6,600 upvotes within the 3-day time that it's been posted online, many of the users' comments come back saying, what a bittersweet payback. Another, consider that a drunken text was mistakenly sent to you has helped you dodge a bullet, man. I think she was trying to use you for a free meal. Other supporters praised the man. Great job, mate. You did exactly what you should have done. Having him walk out was the perfection of this process. So if you're going to send a text message to somebody on a date and you're a little bit intoxicated, use your technology wisely and do not send it to the person you're having the date with.
It's a little hard to do if you're drunk, is be wise.
Be wise? Well, hey, there you go. So be careful on the whiskey that you drink. That's the moral
This
of
guy
the story.
had a good sense of humor because somebody asked him if he was really brutally ugly. And he was funny about it. He's like, well, I don't think I'm brutally ugly, but, sort of ugly.
Sort of ugly. Okay. Yeah. So again, what it just tells you is just be nice, be polite. If a date isn't working out, you don't have to try to have somebody just say, hey, it's not working out. You don't have to go through the whole deal there. All right. Well, that was our technology fail. We're going to go right now, though. We were going to do a commercial break. Let's skip that. Let's go right into the Nathan Nugget.
This is your Nugget of the Week.
All right, we're going to talk about a mouse. Now, this is a mouse that you need to get. Are you ready, Mr. Gourdet? Asus has a new mouse that's equipped with a built-in aromatic oil diffuser.
So my mouse farts? Is that?
Well, the unique mouse feature It's a fragrance compartment that you can fill with essential oils. While the idea of combination of mouse and oil diffusers might raise some eyebrows, this option is now available. Refilling the scent is simple. Just wash out the vial and replace it with new oil. However, be cautious as the vial is located in the bottom compartment of your mouse. You wouldn't want to accidentally damage it and spill oils on your desk. It's important to note that only oils designed for the Reed diffuser, ultrasonic diffusers, or aromatic stones can be used. Pure essential oils are not compatible with the Asus mouse.
I'm going to run out and get one right now.
The mouse isn't rechargeable. Asus claims that it can operate on a single AA battery for up to a year. Furthermore, the switch is designed to endure up to 10 million clicks. So the switches on the mouse, you can go 10 million clicks. While Asus has not disclosed the price for release date of the fragrant mouse, users are interested in this feature can go right now to Amazon and purchase a diffuser to put in your room by your mouse for under $10. All right.
So, and this isn't a scam?
This isn't a scam.
Yeah,
Would you ever buy an Asus mouse with a diffuser?
No.
No, what?
So your mouse.
I just want to know who thought of this. I want to know who was sitting around going, "Hey, we need to sell mice better. Let's make it smell good."
Probably somebody that used to work at home has to work in an office and has gas issues.
Or I just buy a diffuser,
maybe,
right?
yeah.
I mean, I you just think you're in the battle of war, and all of a sudden you start leaking out oil. I mean, this is the first interactive mouse. You get hit, maybe it just will like open a compartment, and then you're
gonna walk away with a stinky hand.
Yeah,
You'd
stinky
be like,
hand. Yeah.
Peppermint. Yes.
There you go. All right. Well, you know what? Now we need to move to our pick of the day.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
From Brown Family Spirits, a distillery in Spokane, Washington, a straight bourbon, 2 years, 90 proof, $45.
All right. Thumbs up or thumbs down, Mike?
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down too.
Not because it's not. I mean, it's nice and sweet, but I think I'm gonna fall onto Mark's.
Yeah, I don't. It was okay.
Deal.
All right, so
My whiskey group wanted me to return this with their thanks, but
fantastic.
they definitely wanted me to return it.
Oh, they wanted you. Did they love this? This is the law.
Yeah, they totally loved it.
Yeah,
they
the
loved
best
it so
comment
much.
on it was, "That's interesting."
That's interesting. Oh, so what does that mean? Is that it's got a cork top? I mean,
So it's technically not whiskey.
What do you mean?
It is a blend of distilled spirit, which is generally more like a vodka or a moonshine.
Okay.
With rum.
Corn squeezins.
That's why it makes sense. It was done.
And it's very young. People are like, man, I don't know if it's sat more than a day in any kind of oak.
What? They did
So
not
it
like
was
it.
a big thumbs down all the way around from the snobby people.
Wow. What does that tell me?
That tells everybody that you have no idea how to taste whiskey.
Oh boy. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining our show. I'm going to cry in the corner. The science of tomorrow starts with the technology of today. See you next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on TechTime Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, mum's the word. Have a safe and fantastic